Hey guys, this is my first time doing a live broadcast. I decided I want to do some type of bankroll challenge. I withdrew all my money on Global Poker about a month ago and left $100. I want to see if I can play low stakes and see how far we get it. And you guys will see how I play and get a little strategy. Hopefully you guys can implement it yourself and do your own bankroll or try to make some side money or whatever you are looking to do with this. I like to open suited or semi suited connectors. We'll check back and hope that we hit a jack or maybe a club draw, but we don't. He leads out, so we're just gonna let it go. I've done a lot with these 6-max hypers, tried several different strategies, see what I do and don't like. Sometimes it varies based on the stakes that you're playing in. You're going to see, some crazy stuff in the lower stakes, but here I just want to go ahead and shove it all on 2 limps. People will limp some crazy things and call off if you just raise, and we're out of position. I don't want to raise and have someone peel with like king 9 or king 8 and then hit a king, or go ahead and limp behind here. Only because we're in the small blind and we've already put in, half. In these, you really just need to play smart. Be careful with your chips. Look for premium spots. I'm gonna let that go. 2 overs, 2 flush draws, straight draw. No reason to mess with it. Actually going to fold here. If it would have folded around to me, I probably would have considered open shoving. Wouldn't be my favorite open shove, but it'd be hard to not at the same time. If you have a good read on your opponents, you can shove over those limps. I have to have a really good read, though. You never know when people are just open limping something. Ace, jack, pocket pairs, and then essentially you're behind. Now we know what kind of hands they're limping. This with under 10 big blinds, I'm going to open shove. Hope for the club. We chop. Don't forget to take notes on people if you're not going to remember. We know Detroit's open limp king queen with under 10 bigs under the gun. So now that we are at 2550, soon to be 4080, we're not open limping or open raising it. We're looking at open shove. Unless maybe you want to, open raise with something like aces or kings. I would highly recommend not open raising with something like ace king. Just open shove it. Here I'm gonna flat, and we're gonna check raise it all in. I'm gonna pot it and get it all in. We have a flush draw, straight draw. We get a fold. King 3 on the button. I don't like open shoving there, even with 7.5 big blinds. If you look at things like snap shove, it might tell you to open shove king 5 off plus. I'd have to go back and look, but I'm just not a fan there. 10-8 suited, I will open shove. If you guys have noticed, I like getting it all in with king queen. This is right on the verge for me. I think I'm gonna go ahead and open shove it. It's not my favorite open shove. I really like getting it all in with suited connectors or hands like king, queen, queen, jack, ace, king, where I have the straight possibility and overcards. Ace 8 off, you kind of have to call here. I know King Louis plays a lot. He is open shoving wide, blind versus blind. And that's unfortunate unless we hit the ace or the 8. It was the right call though. Let's see if we can make a comeback. We'll chop. I don't know. We take that down actually. Okay. We'll go all in again. Hope for a few double ups. Look at that. Chip in a chair, I guess. We'll fold here. No reason to call 5-2 offsuit. We still have a chance. Pocket twos, we are getting it all in. No ace, no queen. Eight, four suited. As much as I want to shove there, I'm not going to. Ten, seven suited. I am going to shove here. Queen, please. Or the eight. We make our straight. Like I said, I really like the, we're going to call here, it's only 58. I really like getting it all in with hands where we have flush and straight possibilities. Ace jack, we will get it in. Pocket sixes, we will get it in again. Keep them low. That's a good hold. Even though it's a min raise, I'm going to let queen eight go. Check that. I'm not too familiar with him or her, but min raising right there, unless they just don't know what they're doing, a lot of times it's kind of scary. They could have a really strong hand looking to induce. King four. I think we're going to go all in. I would not have shoved if it wasn't suited. We'll let it go. Suited hands are much better if you're the one shoving, open shoving. I don't like calling off with hands like that. Like I said, King Louis is going to open shove. Probably, I want to say like 80% of hands. He knows me too. He knows. So blind versus blind. Let's hope for a jack or a seven and a hold. And we do. Now we're heads up. We're in the money. 65% to first and 35% to second. Hopefully we can take it down. A7, I will get it all in here. Blind versus blind. That's unfortunate. But we do double our buy-in. If you want to see here, we can, so first got 31.2. We got 16.8. Not bad for, a few minutes. We'll go ahead and load up another. There's another $8. So I'm sure, as you guys saw, people play kind of crazy. There are going to be a lot of flips. People will suck out against you. You'll suck out against people. But the ultimate goal in these is to just kind of protect your chips and play smart and get it all in on situations where you're ahead or you have a good chance. 6-3 suited against a 3x. I'm just going to let it go. Sometimes I like to defend there, but early on, it's not going to hurt to just let it go. I'm going to open 10-7 suited from the button. I would not open this under the gun. I like button opens with hands like this. We're going to let it go. A small blind re-raise is pretty strong. I hope this isn't too boring for you guys, but personally, I like one tabling. I know a lot of people will do a lot more tables, especially with the hypers, but the way I look at it is hourly. Even playing some of the lower stakes on here, $5, $8, $15, you can make a great hourly just single tabling. So if you're fine making $25, $30 an hour at the micro stakes, then I suggest single tabling. You can fully concentrate on that table and make a pretty decent return. Pocket sixes, I will defend up to a 3x. Which we see. I'm almost tempted to just shove it on. Check that. And I think we are going to. That's unfortunate. Hope for a 7 or nope. But that's okay. We'll go ahead and load up another. The beauty of poker. There's always another table. I probably could have flatted there and let it go on the flop if he c-bet. If it was any other person raising, like button down, I would have just flatted. But blind versus blind, I don't trust a lot of people on here. I think they play way too much in the blinds with dumb hands. As you're watching this video, please feel free to comment. I'd love to know what you guys think. You can be honest. If I'm boring, tell me so. If there's anything I can be doing differently. Also would love to know where you guys are from. I'm in Colorado. I've lived here for about almost 2 years now. Loving it. I've gone Arizona, Vermont, Florida, and now Colorado with my fiance and our 3 big rescues, our pups. And I do apologize for making you guys wait while tables fill up, but that's part of doing a live broadcast. If I make videos in the future, I will not record until the table is actually filled. If you guys do play on Global or start to, you'll know that Hodler is a regular. He will be at just about every table, at every stake. He's my arch enemy. Not really, but he sucks out on me a lot. Like I said, from the button, I will open with suited hands. Let's see, he leads. We have a pair. I don't mind seeing one street. Now we'll let it go. Pocket tens, we will shove over and open. Hopefully Hodler calls off with ace jack and we hold. Let's hope for a king or an 8. We don't get it. That's okay. For the sake of time, I'm just going to register on whatever I see is already got people in it. This will be a $5. Let's see if we have anything else. Ours is going to start right now, so we're good. There's going to be times when you just run into better hands, like we did with the 6s and the 10s. You shouldn't get down on yourself or think you're doing something wrong. Like I said, the 6s I could have played a little different. I'm perfectly content with how I played the 10s. 10 plus are the only hands that I will shove over opens. Anything under 10, I will not. I will just flat and hope to hit a set. If I don't, it's an easy fold. It's interesting to note that these two got all in with ace-7 and king-queen. We'll pay attention to that. I don't want to play ace-3 out of position to a 3x. anyone familiar with hyper turbos will know that you can have crazy swings. There's variance. You just have to play smart. But they run fast. You can make a good hourly. It's a great way to make a side income. Or when you get up to stakes, you can probably make a full-time career out of it. I'm sure you guys have seen players like Parker Talbot, aka Tonka. I believe he used to play these for a living before he switched to MTTs. He's the GOAT. King 10, we will get it all in, blind versus blind, with 10 bigs. On something completely unrelated, I just got an Eco Cube aquarium and got a beta fish. Oh, hold on. That was interesting. And I introduced a snail and a ghost shrimp, and the beta has not been too happy. I wanted to know if anyone else there has experienced anything like that. So Big Scoon is very loose, we can see. That's a good thing for us. We'll get it all in with the best hand against him. Pocket aces, I'm going to open raise instead of open shove. I was trying to induce. Here I am just going to shove it. I don't want him to, you know, be able to see a cheap turn if he has a pair or a draw. Queen 5 suited. I am just going to open limp. Of course, he min raises. We'll just check, let it go. Like I said, I think Big Scoon is just, he's kind of crazy. He probably doesn't know what he's doing too much. We'll open shove ace king. No reason to mess around with it. Do not open raise ace king with 10 bigs, guys. You're just asking for trouble. Just open shove it. Hopefully Scoon calls off. Nope. Queen 8. We'll get it all in. Only because it's suited. I wouldn't shove Queen 8 off there. Hopefully we don't bubble this table. I think we're going to take this. 5-3 suited. I'm just going to let it go. Big Spoon, like I said, is calling off a lot. We don't want him to call off when we have 5-3. He'd probably call with like King 5 with our luck. That's really awesome for us. Ricky Man's down. Hopefully, we can just kind of slide into the top two here. Ace 8. In other cases, I would open shove blind versus blind, but he only has 350. We're just going to limp. And we'll fold. Big Spoon, or Big Case, King suited, Coon, whoever he is. Here we are going to, this is what we're going to do actually. We're going to raise 300. If Big Coon shoves and Ricky calls, we would fold, but we'll call off Ricky. We are now in the money. Hopefully we can take down a first. It's a good double up. Let go of the 5 jack off. Like, look at what he's doing, raising 600. He just doesn't really know what he's doing. But it's good for us. Honestly, we can just fold and wait for good hands with this guy. He's kind of reckless. King 7 suited. I think I'm just going to shove over. And it works in our favor. He's just playing really dumb. And we take it down. So, as you guys can see, that was $14 profit. Not bad. Let's load up one more here. We'll play another 5 because it's almost fully registered. I think this will be the last table we play. Hopefully we can have a profitable mini session here. I hate these min raises from people. You're forced to call. We're not folding now though. We're gonna get it all in. We have the flush draw and 2 overs. And we win it. Like, why she was min raising with Queen Jack off from the small blind, I don't know. But this is awesome. You see, guys, this is how people play. They're very profitable tables. I can't remember what we started with in our bankroll. I think we're about even right now. Hopefully we can take down this table for a little profit. This sucks. This situation really sucks. We have pocket sixes. We have a flush or a straight draw, but he's just betting too much. I don't like it. There's two overcards. People play weird out of the small blind for some reason. Call with everything. And we have a good lead on the table right now. No reason to go crazy and spew off 180 chips. If this folded to me, I would have limped. And I would have min raised the flop with a straight draw. You blind versus blind, when you're the small blind, you can go back and forth between limp stabbing, or if you have a gut shot like I would have had, you could check call off. Hopefully you guys are seeing how easy these tables really are. I mean, it's not too complicated. Just, play smart. You can really build the bankroll. Like I said, I turned initial $100 deposit into around 4,600 and withdrew and started paying for half of my wedding with my fiance. But I wanted to redo it. I want to redo my $100 deposit and see if we can run it up again. Show you guys that it is possible. I should also note that I did take down an MTT on here for, I think, 1,300. So that was part of my profits, but the rest was in the 6 max hypers. You guys can look me up on SharkScope to see exactly where I've profited and where I've lost. King, queen, I would have opened shove, blind versus blind. But here, where'd it go? He could have any ace and we're behind. Or tens, we would have been behind technically. We would have held, but, no reason to risk it there when we're the chip leader. Remember, pocket tens are better than king, queen. And don't focus on situations like that after the fact. Like I would have won. Don't let it, change your game plan. Just know that you made the good lay down because the tens were ahead. And again, now we have 10 big blinds, essentially. So we're not open raising, we're open shoving or folding. Really loose call there by Dynamite. It's good to note. Again, as you guys can now see, King Louis shows extremely wide blind versus blind. Hopefully we can pick up a straight here. But I'm not gonna bet and see a re-raise where we can't call. I'll just check fold. I knew he didn't have it, but if he had just one pair, even the low pair, he's going to call us off there, and we can't risk the chips. I guess we could have gone all in, but if he did call off because he had a pair or something of the sorts, would have really sucked. Especially when we are second in chips. So now it's going to be down to 3 again. Hopefully we can get in the money. Not a bad hand to get 3-handed. And that's a pretty shitty flop, but you know, again, we got in with the best hand. There's nothing else you can do. I hope you guys, learned something from watching this. Like I said, there are going to be downswings and there's variance, but overall, I like how we played, minus maybe the pocket 6 hand. We got all in good with queens. I don't hate the all in with 10s. We ran into kings, but that's going to happen. A lot of the time, it's going to be against king queen, ace king, etc., where we are ahead. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm going to try to do this several times a week. And yeah, I hope you guys follow me and follow the progress of the bankroll and maybe learn something along the way. All right, thanks guys.